Hey, YouTube family. How's everybody doing today? God bless everybody. Today's video is going to be about the isolation of chosen ones. God isolates his chosen ones. Um, when I first when I first knew God wanted me to work for him and do something for him, um, I knew I had to be isolated. I just didn't know how to go about doing it. So he helped me. He gave me a dog. And this is how I knew that the dog was from God. That one morning I woke up, I went and got my coffee, and I seen a stray dog, a little small dog, like a little poodle, just running around by himself. So I said to myself, like, Dad, that dog is homeless. So I rescued it. I put it in the car, I brought dog food, and I got water for it. And throughout that day, the same exact dog that I rescued, I seen it like in 7 different spots throughout the whole day. And I'm thinking like, Dad, that must be confirmation from God to let me know that I got you that dog so you can cope with not being with a human. And that was rough, man, because my sacrifice was great because I wasn't born into celibacy or being abstinent. That I was having sex always up to age like 30 when I'm 36 now, up to age 33, like 33. That's when I stopped having sex. And it's been 3 years now, but that was God basically giving me the training wheels, the dog, to wean me off the women, to give me something else to give my heart to show compassion to, and gave me a dog. And when I seen that same dog, the same exact dog, I mean, same size, height, color, I seen the same exact dog like 6 different times throughout the day, and that's basically confirmation from God. Let me know I gave you the dog so you cope with being isolated, and that's fine. I understand. I understood what God wanted to get accomplished. That basically He knew that if I had distractions next to me, that I wouldn't fall into His will, fall into His purpose, not mine, His. And He knew that I would show that dog compassion, just like humans, and that's why He gave me the dog. And basically God doesn't want His chosen ones distracted, or He don't want them to be deterred from the mission at hand. That is just that serious, man. That um, God has done a lot for me, and I want to give Him something back. I've been a sinner, and I've been disobedient. I've been rebellious. I don't deserve nothing from God. And for Him to just come to me and say, "Look, I know you did a lot of bad stuff, but hey, I got a path to spend the rest of your life with me. I got a path. I got a path to that. You can take it or not. What you want to do?" I took it, cause sometimes when when you're making a lot of mistakes and doing a lot of things that's not of God, sometimes when you got a chance to glorify Him and give it back to Him, you just take it. You just take Him at His word, cause He didn't have to come to me. He didn't have to come to me and say anything. He could have just let me continue on in sin. Let me continue on doing what I want to do. Then when the day of judgment come, depart from me. I never knew you. You know what I'm saying? So He didn't have to give me a chance. He gave me a chance. But that's what God does. He isolates His chosen ones. That He's going to take you out of the world. No, you can't have sex. No, I'm sorry. That's just how it is, man. Because I'm gonna tell you what it is. All right, say if God didn't isolate me and He wanted me to do a job, and I decided that I still want to sleep around with different women, that 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 can take me straight away. Can take me away from what God wants me to do. Cause why? I'm focused on her. I'm focused on what? The baby. I'm focused on trying to put food on the table for my family, instead of focusing on what God want me to do. And that may be spread the gospel to bring more souls to Him before the rapture, before the day of judgment. So I truly believe that's why God wanted me all to Himself, so He can acquire as many souls as possible through me, through my good works and my actions, so He could be glorified. and that's why he wanted me by myself. And that's fine. I get lonely. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm lonely. That I would love to be able to come home and to the wife, the kids, and all that. But I think that sometimes it may be bigger than me. That it may be bigger than my pleasures and my desires. That what about God? What about what He wants? If it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here. If He didn't decide, hey, I want Michael to go down there and do a job for me, I wouldn't be here. So who am I to not want to do what God want me to do? Like, die to all my selfish desires, pick up my cross, and follow Jesus Christ. Period. Die to all my selfish desires, pick up my cross, and follow Jesus Christ. Because without Him, there's no me. I'm from His bloodline. That's my family. The Christ, that's my family. I'm from His bloodline. So for me not to follow Him would be in total disrespect and disobedience to God, a total act of a rebellion towards God. For me to say, I want to fulfill my fleshly desires. I want a wife. I want kids, and not follow what God want me to do. Sometimes listen. When I first found out that I had to stop everything I was doing, I tried to run. That I was rebellious. But as time went on, I started to come closer to God because I understood that without Him, there's no me. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get close. I wanted to get very, very close to Him, and just to show Him my appreciation and gratitude for everything He's done for me since I've been alive, and all the things that I don't know He's done for me. You know what I mean? So yeah, God isolates His chosen ones. That He doesn't want you around nobody. That He wants you by yourself, talking to Him, and fulfilling His will and glorifying Him. That's how it is, man. That see, we get so programmed in this world that we want to go out, we want to have sex, we want to get high, we want to do what we want to do because it's fulfilling to the flesh. It's fulfilling. But as soon as God come asks us to do something, stop doing that. Stop sleeping around with women. Focus more on the gospel. Focus more on my word. Focus more on bringing souls to me. It becomes unpopular because nobody's doing it. And once I started talking to God and getting real close to Him, I became more comfortable with falling into His will. Because on the day of judgment, I don't want to hear on words. Depart from me. You never knew me. Let me close this door. I'm sorry, audience. I'm outside. I like to be outside when I'm talking to y'all. In the environment, in the universe when I'm sharing my stories. So yeah, that's what God does to His chosen ones. He wants you isolated. He takes you out the world. Relationships are going to suffer. The workplace, that's going to suffer because you're more of an entrepreneur than and you more work for yourself more than you can work for somebody. Because wherever you go, you're a light. Wherever you go, you liven up the room. You liven up people's spirits, and people that's in control don't like that. That they don't want somebody that can come empower people and give them hope. Like Jesus, they don't want somebody that can come and let them know you are somebody. That you can run your own life. That the system doesn't have to run your life. They don't want people to come in there and do that. They want everybody to be controlled. So say you at work and you got a regular schedule, 40 hours a week and whatever, 5-6 days a week. But say your manager or somebody that does the schedule, don't like you. I got a bone to pick with you. What's the first thing they do? Cut your hours, play with your money, cut your days, play with your money. It's all about control. So as long as that you have a beef with some management or y'all not seeing eye to eye, they can have that control to play with your finances. And that's how it is all across the world. That when you work with somebody and y'all not seeing eye to eye on something, y'all not getting along, the first thing they do is play with your finances by cutting your hours and cutting your days. And that's to let you know we in control, not you. And nobody should never have that much control over your life to where though your check can be $800 one week and then $400 the next because you and the managers are not getting along. But but that's what God does. He likes to isolate his chosen ones so they can stay focused on the task at hand. Focus on the agenda, his agenda, his will, the glorification of God. And that's what he wants. And he deserves it. And as each year that goes by, I'm isolated. I get stronger and stronger for God. That I want to prove to him that I love him and prove to him my allegiance with him. And a lot of people, when you start talking, like when you start talking about God and how much you love him and all the things you want to do for him, that turns people off because they want to remain in sin and they want to live for Satan. And that's another reason why chosen ones are isolated, because they really can't fit in. We can't fit in. That no matter how much I try to fit in, I can't. That I'll always come back to the will of God. That makes me happy. I always pray to God and tell him that no matter, I don't care about my life or care about my happiness, just as long as you happy. Because at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, that as long as God's happy, I'm a winner. As long as God is happy with me, as long as God is happy with you, you're a winner. You're a winner. No matter if you got a 5-car garage and then a 6-car garage, 7-car garage, and a mansion with a swimming pool in the back and a basketball court, or you living in the woods. It doesn't matter. As long as God is happy with you, you're a winner. You're a winner. If you die and God is happy with you, you still win. You still win. But the problem comes in is that you got all these material things and got all these women, and God don't like you. That it doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. And that's what I mean. That's why it's good to be isolated, because I can focus more on God and his will and not the distractions. I can't be deterred from what God wants me to do. And that's fine. That's fine. He gave me the dog. That was the training wheels to wean me off of women. Uh um so I can cope better. The dog was like a coping mechanism for me to cope with not having that human experience. Not having that other half. He gave me a dog, which is fine. I gave that dog my heart. The dog ate. If I ate shrimp, the dog ate shrimp. I ate fish, the dog ate fish. I ain't gonna lie, that dog ate good. I don't have a dog no more. It's been 3 years now. I had it for about 8 months, and then as I got better with not being around humans, as I got used to it and adapted to it, I didn't need the dog no more. The dog was just my training wheels, so I can learn to cope with not having a human presence next to me. But yeah, God isolates his chosen ones that he wants you by yourself 99% of the time. As far as through your everyday travels, but he still wants you to interact with people and spread the gospel and glorify him. But as far as the personal relationships, as far as with women and friends, no. If they're not about the gospel and Jesus Christ and glorifying God, you can't be around them, because then they can attempt to take you from God's will. If God's will prevail, that his will prevail over everything, but he still doesn't need distractions. He doesn't need that. He wants you to be focused on him all the time, and that's fine. And chosen ones can't fit in nowhere, because you're so different. God took you from out of the world. God wants you on his time and on righteous time, doing the right thing all the time. I read the definition of integrity, and it said doing the right thing when no one's watching. Exactly. Even when you by yourself and have no audience, God wants you doing the right thing, spreading the gospel, spreading his word, glorify him. He wants to be glorified 24/7. We serve a jealous God. He's very jealous. He's very jealous. He wants glorification, especially from his chosen ones, the ones that he handpicked to come down here and make a difference. So I want to give y'all a little treat today. I want to be very clear with this. Today I'm going to tell y'all about and the message is about isolation, and how God wants his chosen ones isolated. But I want to give you a little treat today. I want to tell you what birth control and what condoms are really used for, and the idea behind them two things when it was introduced to society. So we all know that condoms, what do they do? Prevent pregnancy and diseases, right? Birth control, what does it do? Prevent unwanted pregnancies, right? So I'm going to blow your mind right now and tell you what condoms are really for and what birth control is really for. You ready? You ready? So I'm going to give you a hint. Think about King Harold and a Pharaoh. Think about them two. What did they do? Pharaoh and King Harold. What did they do? Think about it. Think about it. All right. All right. So so Pharaoh, he wanted all the newborn boys killed because he was scared that Jesus was gonna come. No, I'm sorry. No, Pharaoh. Yeah, he wanted all the newborn boys killed because he felt as though he didn't want the Hebrew population to take over. That it was too many Hebrew boys. He didn't want them to take over, and he wanted all the Hebrew boys killed, babies killed. Okay, and then we go to King Harold. He wanted all the kids 2 years, all the boys 2 years and under killed because he was scared of Jesus. He was scared that Jesus was gonna come take the throne. So King Harold, he wanted all boys 2 years and under killed because he was scared that Jesus was gonna come and take the throne. So now we got two powerful people that wanted to kill babies. All right. So now we fast forward to the day. So basically, birth control and condoms are really is really used to deter I'm sorry, pregnancy, to deter reproduction, I mean. So the lie you've been told all these years that condoms are used to prevent the disease and pregnancies, and birth control is designed for unwanted pregnancies. Nah, that's a lie. It's basically designed to go against God because Satan does not want nobody that can come and change the world. He doesn't want somebody born that can come change the world. So that's why condoms, man-made, birth control, man-made, all by Satan. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say it again. Birth control and condoms are for the deterrence of reproduction, to go strictly against God. Birth control is nowhere in the birth control is nowhere in the Bible. Condoms are nowhere in the Bible. They are both used to deter reproduction, to stop somebody from coming that can change the world. And one more thing, and population control. That's what condoms and birth control is really for. Population control and to deter reproduction. All that goes against God. Think about it. How many people do you know right now are, let's say, not my people. I want to say this accurately. I'm going to say it like this. It's successful people out here right now that was not raised by their biological parents. I'm going to say it again. It's successful people out here right now that was not raised by their biological parents. It's a fact. So basically what I'm trying to say is Satan wants to stop somebody that can come and change the world. That's why, he wants to stop somebody that can come change the world, and population control. That's what condoms are for, and that's what birth control is for. It's not for to stop diseases. It's not to stop unwanted pregnancies. And see, society is okay with it because if a woman if a woman is pregnant by somebody she doesn't, really want to be with or spend the rest of her life with, what does she do? She can get an abortion. Uh um Also, it makes it easier. It's more easier to abort a baby and use birth control, and to it's more easier it's for you to do that than to actually had a child, raise it up and take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So you could just, pop birth control or get an abortion and still continue to have sex. You just know that if I get pregnant, I can get an abortion. Or if I don't want to get pregnant, I just take this birth control and I can still have sex. Or just to make sure, I can still have a good time and get my thing on, I just wear a condom. So I make sure she gets no semen, so I don't gotta worry about her getting pregnant. This is my motto. If you gotta wear a condom, you shouldn't be doing it. A man should never have to wear a condom, ever. A man should never have to put on a condom, ever. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you're doing it by biblical standards, if you're having sex by biblical standards, it's one wife forever. That you can never have sex with nobody else but that one woman, your wife. So if we follow in the Bible, we should never have to use condoms. If we follow in the Bible, there should be no such thing as birth control. Um, if we're following the Bible, there should be no such thing as abortion. If we're following the laws of God, the laws of Jesus Christ, there should be no need for a condom. There should be no need for birth control. There should be no need for abortion. All that's man-made, to go against God, to stop His will, and it didn't work. I got here. I'm a chosen one, but I did look this up, and it said that the devil, Satan, knew I was coming, so he gave me a birth defect, a stutter. I talk with a little stutter. I looked that up. That God let Satan know you can't kill him. You know what I'm saying? You can't kill him. Whatever you do, you can't kill him. But he did give me a birth defect, Satan. I got a stutter. I looked it up. That all chosen ones have birth defects. There's something wrong with them. Not nothing serious, but it's a little blemish with chosen ones. That basically it's Satan's mark. That I know who you are. But yeah, that's the truth. That's what condoms and birth control really is, an abortion. It's all to go against God. This whole world is designed to go against God. Who controls this world? Satan. Everything is man-made and designed to go against God, especially when it comes to reproduction. And yeah, that's what it is, man. That condoms and birth control is really designed to stop somebody from coming that can change the world, and population control. I'm being honest. Just think about it. Just think about it. Just really think about it. That it was two powerful men that killed babies. To stop the coming to Jesus, and for population control. So you just fast forward to right now, that they brainwash you and program you to make you think that you practicing safe sex, and or you stopping unwanted pregnancies. Satan is trying to stop the will of God. That's what it really is. And I just want you to do your research. Just look up King Harold and Pharaoh. Just look them up and see what they did to baby boys when they were born. And then just fast forward to the day and see how was a system in place to get rid of children. And I don't have this statistic, but I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say it, that I believe that a lot of black women abort babies and a lot of black women take birth control. Just look it up later and Google it. I'm gonna just take a guess and say that the African American community is high with abortions and birth control. Just look it up and just see if I'm right. I could just take a guess and say it's the black community. Um, but yeah, that's what it is, man. I want to give y'all that little treat on what condoms and birth control really is. It's to stop somebody that can come and change the world, and population control. That's what it really is. And if you go by the Bible, you should never have to wear a condom. You should never have to get an abortion, or you should never take birth control. Never. If you following the laws of Jesus Christ, never. You have to go through any of them things. But yeah, that's what it is, man. God isolates his chosen ones. And that's what it is. And as each year goes by, I get stronger and stronger, and I gotta stay isolated for God. That's no problem. My motto is, as long as God happy, I'm happy. That's my motto. If God happy, I'm happy. And because I know that, like I said, when judgment come, I don't want to hear, depart from me. You never knew me. That's the most hardest things in the world, because that's an eternal separation from God. If he tells you that on the day of judgment, depart from me, you never knew me, that's it. There's no coming back. There's no do-over. That's forever. So God isolates his chosen ones. He wants all his chosen ones to be isolated by themselves and strictly focus on him. And that's fine. I just wish God would have told me a little bit early. He waited till 33 to tell me, hey, God waited till 33 to say, you hired. I didn't put an application in. I didn't put an application in. He waited till 33. He didn't do no background check. It seemed to me like he just went to different houses in the area and just said, you hired. No background check, none of that. No warning, you're hired. And once I knew that, I had to drop a lot of stuff and become isolated. And not isolated to where as though I don't talk to nobody or don't be social, but be social to where as though I'm spreading the gospel and I'm glorifying God. He's being glorified. Be social, from that perspective. All glory belongs to God and Jesus Christ. He's very jealous, and I respect that. And I just love God very much, because I'm gonna tell you again that he didn't have to come get me. He didn't have to come say, hey, you want to come work for me? He could have left me working with Satan, committing sin, doing what I wanted to do. But God said, no, I got an offer for you. You can inherit my whole kingdom. All you gotta do is work for me. Okay. And I just want to say this last thing. In order for Jesus to get to the right hand side of God, to be on the right hand of God on the throne, he had to sacrifice something. A lot of people think that just by them going to work and being law-abiding citizens and walking old ladies across the street, gonna get them in heaven. I don't think so. You got to understand that you're gonna spend an eternity with God. You live forever. You never die. So that's gonna cost something. It's gonna cost you something. No, I'm just being honest. That just think about it. That you're gonna spend eternity with God. That you're never gonna die, and you're gonna get a new body. So don't you think you may got to give something up, sacrifice something to obtain that? Just think about it. What did Jesus do to be on the right-hand side of God? Right. I'm not saying God calls some of his children to be martyrs. You know what I'm saying? They got to get an ultimate sacrifice. But also, that other people got to make similar sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? To prove to God their allegiance. And right now, I'm trying to prove to God my allegiance by giving the ultimate sacrifice. And I have no problem with that. But I just want to give you that video today about God isolating his chosen ones. You can't fit in nowhere. You're going to be isolated. No matter where you go, you're just not gonna feel right unless God is being glorified and somebody is learning about God, and you're able to bring souls to God. And that's where your fulfillment comes in. That's where your pleasure comes in. That's where your joy comes in. Dying to all your selfish desires, your selfish pleasures, and glorifying God. That giving God some pleasure by delivering him some souls. And that's where I felt my joy coming in at in my life right now. Making God happy. But just leave some comments on another video you want me to do about chosen ones. What you want to know about chosen ones? I'll tell you. I know everything about chosen ones. What you want to know, I tell you. And I'm gonna do some more videos about this matrix, about how God took me out this matrix and took the veil from over my eyes so I could see through the lies that in the Bible, it states that my people will perish for a lack of knowledge, and I won't be one of them. And you shouldn't be either. But I just want to let y'all know I love y'all very much, and you know, if my sacrifice can help your life, or help somebody in your life or your family, so be it. I have no problem with it. Like I said before, Jesus did it, and he had no problem with it, so I'm gonna have no problem with it. And I just want to let y'all know I love y'all very much, and y'all be safe.